So is there a big difference on mortgage rates from state to state? That's a great question. Love that question. And the answer is no, there is not a big difference. However, there is a slight difference in certain cases. Um, Investors have these things called loan, and by investors I mean um, like mortgage banks that ultimately will hold your loan. So like loan investors, the people that secure the mortgages for us that we sell them to, essentially. They have these things called loan level pricing adjustments, right? And those are adjustments to the price of a rate based on certain factors, whether they be positive, negative, risk, um, benefit, right? So like having a 740 FICO will have a certain loan level pricing adjustment. Having a 700 FICO will have a greater loan level pricing adjustment where you're being charged more for a particular rate if you have a low credit score. Down payment has a loan level pricing adjustment. Any previous derogatory credit history. Every factor that comes in, debt to income ratio. You have these loan level pricing adjustments where it might not be much, right? It might just be at a 6% rate, for example. 740 credit might be 0 points. 720 credit, you might have to pay 0.25% for that same interest rate. So there are loan level pricing adjustments for states. Investors traditionally consider certain states less risky or more risky, depending on like traditional age trending data, essentially, of foreclosure rates and default rates in that particular state or zip code. So what I will say is that the difference is not substantial. Usually I see something in the realm of like 0.25%. The best example I can give is like state of Florida versus the state of Tennessee. We've done some deals in both, and I've noticed that state of Florida compared to the state of Tennessee with certain investors, you will have like about 0.25% to price, not to rate. So for example, if you're buying the same house, same price, all other things being equal, $500,000 in Tennessee versus $500,000 in Florida, certain investors will charge 0.25% fee for the same rate on that property in Tennessee because for whatever reason they've determined that loan is inherently that much riskier than that same property in Florida. So just something to be aware of. It's not really a huge deal. It is an interesting thing to think about